Elementary in Lewiston. I've been a floral designer actually for the last 20-some years. I started in high school delivering flowers. And that's pretty much it. We're gonna really jump into it. This is Rob. He's who supplies your flowers and the carnations today. He has Lwflowers, which is a wholesaler in Lewiston. And he's also been in the floral business for a long time. Brings great information. We're gonna videotape this because one of our main goals as an AIFD florist, which I brought our banner, is AIFD is American Institute of Floral Design. It also stands for Accredited in Floral Design. How many here are interested in floral design? Raise your hand. Higher, higher, higher. How many? Okay. Hey, you didn't raise your hand. How come? What are you in here for?
Just to get there.
Yeah. Glad to have you. No, the same thing. When I was in high school, there's no way I thought I was going to be a florist. It just, you know what? I found that I enjoyed it, delivering flowers, taking flowers to somebody. We don't sell flowers. Anybody here take a guess of what we do as a florist? What is our product that we sell? Any ideas, guesses? Arrangements. Anybody else? What do you think that we really try to convey? What's our marketing? We've got DECA students here. What are we really marketing? It's flowers. Perfect. That's what flowers are. Flowers are an emotion. Flowers say things that people can't say. That's why the floral industry, even though it takes a hit during a recession, it's one of the only industries besides the undertakers and the saloons that survived the Great Depression. Because people don't know what to say, and flowers help convey that emotion. Okay? So when you're doing that, keep that in mind. You're not just poking flowers into a vase. What we try to talk about with the American Institute of Floral Design, or AIFD, to become a floral designer, you'll go through your book and you'll understand those principles and elements of design. Okay, that is the golden rule of floral design. Learn those principles and elements, and we're going to touch on some of those today. For those of you that are interested in floral design, go to this website, AIFD.org, and we are really trying to reach into the high school age future florists of America. Future floral artists, like I was telling your teacher, we renamed FFA today by accident. If you're interested in that, contact me, go on the website. You can go to, there's several student AIFD chapters all over the country that you can get your degree in horticulture, and it's just a great opportunity if it's something that you really love. Okay, we'll jump right into it. We're going to talk a little bit about today about your basic, and this is where I always start off floral design. Bud vase, single bud vase. We have rules of proportion, okay? When we do a bud vase, how many have walked into a restaurant and seen a carnation stuck right down in here? I literally vomit in my mouth and then go, let me fix it. It's just, why does that not look attractive?
It's plain.
And plain, also proportion. There's a basic rule. And usually the basic rule when you're dealing with the vase is 1.5 to 2 times the size of the vase.
Hello.
Okay? So you got 1.5 to 2 times the size of a vase on a vase
Yes,
item.
he is here. Oh, well, thank you.
Okay, so you want to equal the base. Again, sort of like geometry.
Oh,
Floral
well,
design is
thank you.
geometry. I guess in high school, the only
Right.
experience I had is geometry and chemistry
Yeah,
and physics.
For an ag teacher.
So if you put this up here, what does that look like?
Well,
Pretty stupid. It's going to tip over and fall over. Okay? Most of this is like common sense. You put it here to where you want it to look
Okay, I'll
good,
grab them for you. Okay.
and it ends up being, there's 1.5 about right there. Okay? So what I do when I'm teaching a class, so to get that proportion, I don't want to cut the stem too early. Because if I cut it, I can't add the stem back on. So use the edge of your table, and first of all, trust your instinct. Look at the bouquet and go, gosh, where does that look good? Okay, so we'll just put 1. Where does the balance look good? And I'm going to go about right there. Then I'll cut. Notice pull the foliage off. No foliage in the water, because it rots, creates bacteria, kill the flower. Okay, so there's 1. And if we test it, the top flower, 1.5. Okay.
All right, thanks, bye.
Single carn, you can do a double carn, just drop it down. So again, once you get the top, add in from there. That's your basic line in a vase bouquet, okay? Then you can add your accessory flowers in this case the seeded uke, to help fill in the bouquet. Important thing on bud vases, beginning students will take and they'll just take a little piece like this and stick it in. Problem is, a rose or a carnation is going to drink water. And you have to get the stem down into the bulb of the water, or that flower's gonna die within hours. Okay, that's 6 miles, done that before? Okay, so get the stem down, way down into the base. You have the basic leather fern here too,
Yeah,
don't you?
it's
We'll
right
use a
here.
little bit of the basic leather fern. It's not my favorite foliage, but we'll use a little bit of that. Let me grab me a piece of that gray. Again, very traditional design here. A little bit of accessory flowers. Make a line, reinforce a line. You'll hear that through floral design. We have a line of the carnations, now we're gonna reinforce that line. On the aster, I'll pull off some of the foliage in here. The foliage will be the first to die and it'll turn brown, so I try to get most of that off. But for speed today, I'm not gonna pull it all off. Okay? That's
What do you
it.
guys think? You can do that
Yeah.
another time, right?
Okay?
No.
No, this doesn't have to turn off.
Probably doesn't make sense, right?
See, I've only done this millions and millions of times. But it's okay. Again, the basic rules that I want you to remember: vase item, 1.5 to 2 times the size of the vase. Now remember, these are basic rules. As you get into floral design to learn the basics, just like I teach karate too. You learn the basics, then you learn your style, and then you learn to change that style. Don't break the rules until you understand the rules to break. Okay? And hopefully I'll be back and be able to teach you some. But you said in the first class we had to do this, and I'm going to totally blow this away. So remember the basic rules: 1.5 to 2 times the size of the vase. Everybody, say it: 1.5, 2 times the size of the vase. Okay, very, very important. Because if you're getting a job in the flower shop, we're going to be having you do single roses in a vase, and we got to have you this tall. Now, the next thing I want to review real quick is your dozen roses or dozen flowers in a bud vase. Okay. Get my marker here real quick. The easiest way, Rob and I were talking about this yesterday. How he did it. He said the key word 741. What does that equal? 12. No matter how tired you get, at 2 o'clock in the morning on the night before Valentine's Day, 7 plus 4 plus 1 will equal 12. Trust me, after you've done hundreds and hundreds of roses, they all start looking the same. What that means is around the base, you put 7 stems, then you put 4 up the middle, and 1 right up the direct middle. Let me give you an example of that. We need a tall vase here. Give me a 9-9. Terminology, C999. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple of things real quick. You'll get like all the same color carnations. Strip the foliage off for me.
All the yellow ones?
Yep. Stripping the foliage off. Roses too. You want to strip the foliage off. If you're using a dozen roses, strip the foliage off. Get the thorns off. It will really, really help. Okay. So take your 7. 7 are on the outside of your shortest stems. Okay? Do we get any more yellow ones to match? You might have to borrow some from a table for the demonstration.
These two.
Yeah, we'll just grab those other yellow ones over there so we can make them all the same.
You want these two?
Yeah, well, not right now. Okay, so 7, all the same length. Okay, and then you're going to cut them in proportion to your vase. I'm going to leave these a little bit longer. And when you put them in, this is really important on the roses. Now this is where we start getting into a little bit more complexity and technique. It's really important. We want to spiral the stems. So after you put the first stem in, the next one goes underneath that. The next one will go underneath that. Next one